Hi, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I just wanted to come on here in light of the events of yesterday. Um, just wanted to, first of all, say there's no place for what took place yesterday. Um, and we need to keep on focused, keep our eyes fixed on our goals. And we need some good news for a change. Thinking positive for a change, making the positive switch, doing the positive thing, even in the face of, even in the face of difficulty, the face of defeat, we cannot, um, we cannot lose sight of what we have. So I just wanted to encourage everybody today to stay positive, stay upbeat, be kind to one another. The carpenter from the plains of Galilee said, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." And I think sometimes we get that screwed up. We think we're supposed to do unto others before they do you. I don't think what he said that. So I just wanted to bring a message of, there's good things that are happening today. There are just an amazing opportunity to be the best you that you can be this year. Just keep on moving forward. We will get through this. We will pull through it. It came to pass. If you're going through difficulty right now, just recognize that it's going to go. It came to pass. Didn't come to stay. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. Let me say that again. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. But, John, it's not going my way. It's hard. Whenever we build a skyscraper, you got to dig a basement. You got to dig that foundation down in. You've got to focus in on the positive in your life and dig a basement. Go down into the reservoir of your soul. Find out what makes you tick. What would you do if you could do it for free? If you didn't have to worry about a paycheck or money or anything like that, what would you do? What resonates with you? What lights the fire in your broiler? What gets you up in the morning? What stirs the soul? Sometimes we can get distracted, and there is a lot of things that can distract us. There's a lot of things that can pull our attention away, and we can look at even what happened in the U.S. Capitol yesterday as a bad thing. I kind of look at it as a good thing in a sense of not what happened, but necessarily if we look at the why of what's happening around our country in general, what's happening around the world in general. I mean, we tell everybody to stay at home. We know what happens in spring fever. No, most people that have to be cooped up in their house all winter. I'm talking about people from Iowa, for instance. If you're from Iowa, Iowa stands for "Isn't our weather awful?" We got 10 inches of snow outside. It's cold. Generally, when it's first in a blizzard, you can't go anywhere. You're locked in your house for a few days. And sometimes it continually snows and snows and snows here. And it's ice cold. And we call it spring fever when people get out of their house and go in spring fever. But what do we tell people around the world last March? Stay in your home. Stay home, 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 stay home. We coop people up. And then all of a sudden something happens and we let them out. We got all this frustration and all these ideas and all these attitudes. This is why coaching is so important today. This is why wanting to be a coach, a pastor, a mentor, a spiritual leader, an encourager, somebody that is an entrepreneur, wants to lift people up and to serve others is so vitally important right now, because just in general, there's an anger, there's a frustration there's people are looking for answers, and they're looking to the Democrat House, they're looking to the Senate House, they're looking to the Republican House, they're looking for answers. But I think sometimes we need to be, instead of looking out, we need to look within and recognize that we can focus on what it is that we really need, and that is to lift people up. That is to provoke one another to love and to good deeds, not provoke people to burn down buildings, and not provoke people to loot or to do all that, but to provoke one another to love and good deeds. And the way we do that is by living a transformational life in front of people, no matter what the circumstance looks like, no matter what the bank account says or doesn't say, no matter what the house you live in or don't live in says, no matter what the car you drive or don't drive, but that reservoir of your soul, that well that's down within that says, this is what I must do, I can do, I will do, I'm going to become what God has intended for me to become. And the greater, the taller the building, the deeper the basement. So I'm not looking at yesterday as a completely negative thing, guys. We always tend to go right to the negative. I'm heartbroken over the 4 people that lost their life. I'm heartbroken that it come to the point where our American citizens are storming. I don't think they were all storming the Capitol. If you look at the news, they weren't all storming. They were sometimes ushered in. But I'm saying that, why did it get to that point anyway? Why are the politicians so anti people? So now hopefully they'll start to, people are afraid of losing their home. They're scared today. They're worried. They're discouraged. And here we have politicians now feeling what the American people have felt for years. They walk around in fear and worry and discouragement and doubt. So now maybe politicians on both sides can come together, and maybe we can have some restoration that causes transformation in our life and in our world. So all things shall work together for the good of them that love God and are called according to his purpose. And I still believe that God's hand is on our nation. I still believe that there is good out there in people. I still believe that America, in fact, in this world, there's great nations all over this world. And I still believe there is a heart that beats, about 78 to 90 minutes, 90 beats a minute. In all of us, there's a heart in all of us. And we can all relate. And we all can relate to that anger, that frustration. And it's just, it's in our Declaration of Independence. I mean, but we can gather the good, gather what remains. There's several passages in the Bible that talks about gather up the remnants. Don't waste what is spilt over. There is something to learn in every situation, in every circumstance, in every dilemma and disaster and catastrophe and things that spill over. There's remnants that remain. And the carpenter from the plains of Galilee, when he fed multitudes, there was all these leftovers. And he said, gather what remains. Don't let nothing be wasted. Don't let this tragedy be wasted. Don't let the disappointment be wasted. Don't let the trial that you're facing right now be wasted. Don't let anything steal anything from you and what you need to learn and what you need to go through. Let nothing be wasted. Let nothing be wasted. I sure hope this has brought some good perspective on some horrendous things that you have been going through or might be going through, or these families that have went through yesterday, and the I don't care. I pray right now for our current president, and I pray for our future one. And I ask God of all gods, God of the universe, creator of heaven and earth, Father in heaven, I do not believe that Trump is sitting up in the White House saying, I'm glad those people died. I don't think he's doing that. I think he's heartbroken just as well. And I think, God, Biden coming in, Lord, this new administration, they've got a rough road to hoe on both sides. So, God, I ask for wisdom and direction. I ask for healing of our nation. I ask, oh God, that you would restore and that you would bind up and that you would mend and that you would bring a river of refreshing, God, a healing. I ask it on both sides of the aisle, Lord, on from our House of Representatives to our Senate, to the White House, to the church house. God, I ask it in the name of Jesus that you would restore and that you would heal and that you would bind up the brokenhearted, that you would raise up the person who is fallen. God, I just pray for our nation. And that's the truth, guys. That's what we need to be doing. I mean, if we would spend more time praying for our nation and praying for our leaders and instead of sitting back and complaining about them, because they're not going to please us all the time. We're not going to please everybody all the time. You can please some people some of the time, but you can't please people all of the time. Just never will happen, guys. It never will happen. But if you think positive, you think on whatever is good, on whatever is pure, on whatever is noble, if anything worthy of praise, if anything worthy of thanks, if you let your mind stay on those things, oh my gosh, what a world we'd have. If we'd all think positive, if we'd all read positive books, if we'd listen to positive tapes, if we'd all encourage one another, if we'd all start getting on these Facebook Lives like I do just about every other day and every day, and just bring an encouraging word of hope and transformation into the lives of our people, of our timelines, and if we would inundate them with good news. We are inundated with negative news and inundated with distractions and inundated with divorce and inundated with disaster and inundated with financial difficulty and inundated with coronavirus and inundated with all the negative crap out there. If we would just inundate people with an infusion of information that brings transformation, what a world we would live in. If we would all truly love one another as we love ourselves, what a world. We can only hope, huh? So I hope this has brought some levity in your life, and I hope that you don't give up, don't back down, because I love this poem I come across the other day. I'll just read it here real quick and just keep your mind on this. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if the only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it, makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life seems all empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and you dream is about it, if gladly you'll sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all of your terror of man for it, if you'll simply go after the thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famished, and gaunt, nor sickness, nor pain of body or brain can turn you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and crim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you'll get it. Yeah, after about 40, thanks, Lon. Good to see you. After about 40 requests from Facebook, they finally lifted. My account was disabled from posting live, so it's good to be back again. So, guys, I wish you all a blessed new year. Keep the faith, keep positive, stay the course, don't give up, don't back away. Be committed. All right. Again, think positive for a change. Have a great day.